Hey y'all. Hello, it's Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Glad to have you here. Glad to be back. Still fitzing around with lighting and stuff like that, so please excuse the glare on my glasses. I hope everybody's doing well tonight. Glad it's Wednesday. The week's halfway over. Lori Christine, hi. Thank you for jumping in. Joyce Luther Williams, Kathleen Moore, Moonlight Me, and AK with my butterfly logo there. Love it. Glad y'all are here. Thanks so much. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. I've got cards here to play with. If anybody wants that, this is the time of Mercury retrograde, where we reevaluate, reset, rethink things. So if you have any questions along those lines, I've got Archangel cards out. I've got Wisdom of the Oracle and Cosmic Cat and Divine Dog, if anybody wants to hear a reading with one of those. So let's get started. Lori Christine says, do you have a message for me from my cat, Jenny? How can I help her be healthier? Okay, let's see if we can bring Jenny in. As Jenny comes in, she's got a feeling of ache, like achy. And feel free to try to put some comments in the chat. If I catch them, I catch them. I might not be fast enough, but I'll try to catch your comments to that. But it's she's not moving at her usual pace, or her usual gait, her usual stature. She's feeling a little off her game. And I almost feel like there's some kind of something environmental, like in the air, that is causing her a little bit of distress. I don't mean hard to breathe or anything like that, but just a little bit of distress. So not sure if there's a way to do an air purifier or an air filter, or even open a window and let the breeze blow through, if that's possible. That might be helpful. It just feels, kind of heavy in my chest. That's all I can say. So thank you, Lori Christine. I can give you also, I love these Cosmic Cat wisdom cards. They are so cute. So let's see if your guides and her guides want to work together here to send you a message through the cards before we move on. And the cards say, ba-da-bum-ba-bum, stay with the process. It's actually the Hunter card, but it's about, don't give up, follow through, stay with the process. And if you notice, it's got grass and some other things. I wonder if I read the imagery of the card itself, the cat's kind of hunkered down, looks like sort of in stalk mode, but if that might have something to do with what I was mentioning earlier, that how she was feeling, if maybe that it might be the environmental that they're talking about. So anyway, I hope that helps, Lori Christine, and thank you so much for being here. Let's see, she says, I will get an air purifier and joint mobility. Yeah, if she's not getting any fish oil, like you can get those krill oil things that at the drugstore, the ones that we take, they're capsules, and you could just pop a capsule and put it on her food once a day, once every other day. And that really does help with their mobility without, a prescription joint mobility, something, or, spending a whole lot of money. If you want to try that, it really has worked for my cats. My cats lived to be 17, 18, and 21 years old, my last 3 cats. So they seem to like it. So we'll move on. Oh, hi, Joyce. Sorry, wrong one. Moonlight Me says, is the apartment on Weeks Road the one for me and Kara? Feels like it is meant to be. Let's see. Let's see what the angels have to say about that. Y'all know I'm doing a live on this Friday. It's during the day. It's at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And we're going to be talking about archangel stories and angel stories and angelic intervention stories. And, we've all had those close scrapes where there's no explainable reason why we came out okay or came out on top and nothing ended up happening or whatever, whatever the case in your story. We're hoping that a lot of you can join us and type your stories into the chat too, so that we can hear about your stories. There's just so many. And I think the more you look at them, the more we notice them, the more we acknowledge and thank our angels and guides for the way they participate, sometimes actively in our day to day, the more help we get, you know. So let's just see what the angels have to say. Moonlight me. Archangel Metatron, prioritize. This is focus on your highest priorities, and I'll help you get organized and motivated. So I don't know if you've put in an application yet or not, but what this says to me is, a follow-up thank you, and let me know if you need anything else to be considered, or something like that, to show that you are still interested and really want the place and that you feel like it's meant for you. That's always nice. And then, just as a bumper booster card, Archangel Michael says you are protected against all lower energies, guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. So the fact that it says home specifically, I think that's maybe a good sign for the apartment. Now, let me just see what your guides have to say. It is a good place. However, there is someone else who really thinks they want it too. There are a couple of other people, but I think it's between you and this other person who's really, really after it as well. So if you can just put forth maybe that little extra, hey, don't forget about me, I really love the place, kind of follow-up note, that might be a good idea. And let us know how it goes. I hope you find out soon. Let's see, next one. Kathleen Moore. Hello, Kathleen. How can I help my cat Teague tolerate Casper? Is Casper also a cat? Maybe Casper's a dog? I should remember these things, but y'all know I'm channeling and I really don't. So let's see. Jenny does get her fish oil. Thank you, Lori Christine. And she's 19, right on. Moonlight Me, talking with the Realtor Weekly. It is still not available yet. I have a feeling that there's somebody else out there in the wings for sure. Hopefully you'll be able to get first dibs. If you have your application ready, if you don't have your application ready, as a realtor, I would say get your application ready and get all your references there so that it's easy for them to check your references. Make sure they have a phone number and an email for your references so they can check them fast and easy. Sorry, coming back to you, Kathleen, is a male cat. Okay, so they're both cats. All right, let's see. So as Teague comes in, he comes in almost like military fashion. He's just coming straight in and straight up to me like this. And he is like arms crossed. Picture him sitting up on his hind legs with his front legs crossed, like arms crossed, cartoon cat. But something has gotten under his craw. He's like, it almost feels like, I don't know if you have kids, but when I had kids, and they were in the back seat and we'd be driving down the road, he pinched me, she's on my side, that kind of sibling thing going on. So there is some kind of drama going on between the two of them. And I'm not sure, it feels like it's about space. So I wonder, does Casper have like his own space where he might go to feel like, this is his area? And then Teague have a spot where he feels it's his area. Because it feels to me like Teague likes to be up higher, perhaps, and Casper's more like one to go under the bed or behind the sofa or that kind of thing to get away. Moonlight me. Oh, sorry. I was just seeing, Kathleen, if you had made any other comments. So I hope that helps. And if you like, let's just draw a cat card for Teague, for this situation between Teague and Casper. What do we need to know about the situation between Teague and Casper? For the highest good of all, of course. What do we need to know? Nurture. Take your licks. So maybe Teague just needs extra loving. Maybe that's what he's asking for. That would be an interesting, just take a cue from the card and try it. A little extra attention, maybe an extra treat, or sometime that's just his. You know him best to know what he would like. So I hope that helps, Kathleen. Thank you. Going back up, let's see. I try not to skip anybody, but it's really hard. AK, am I safe in my neighborhood? Actually, I do get the feeling that you are safe in your neighborhood. Not that you want to be blasé and walking along looking at your phone instead of being, cognizant of what's going on around you. But I do feel like you are safe in your neighborhood. And another way you can fortify yourself energetically is to take your energetic body. We've all got an energetic body, and our auric field usually extends 2 to 3 feet away from our body unless we're feeling attacked or unless we're feeling scared. And then human nature is to draw it in closer to us, when in reality, it's just the opposite is what we should do. We should puff that don't F with me energy out there and just focus on keeping your personal bubble, your energetic body. I call it like a personal bubble, right? Just focus on keeping it big. And look, if you see people, look them in the eye, make eye contact with them. I see you. Not in a threatening way, not in, in a badassery kind of way, but just like, hey, how's it going? I see you. And stay on your way. But I do feel like all in all, you're safe in your neighborhood. So thank you. I hope that helps. Joan Quilico says, is it Quilico or Quilico? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Can you ask my spirit guides if I will sell my house in the next 6 months? Thank you. Well, as your guides are stepping forward, they are like sorting and putting and holding out empty boxes for you to fill. And they're also like getting things organized, showing you this it's time to get things organized. It's time to kind of I call it emotionally divorcing the house. Just bless the house. Thank the house for the time that it's been giving you shelter and warm memories and safety and, sanctuary, and thank it for that time spent and let it know that you're going to be moving on. You would like to move on and you would like to help the house welcome the new people in. So if the two of you can work together, the house has energy too. So, and it's got a story. It's been around probably, I don't know how old the house is, but it could be that it's been around longer than you have. So help that energy. And by the process of just doing that and saying your mental goodbye, or I'm getting ready to go and thank you for all of this, you're going to be ushering in good energy for buyers. For buyers, yeah. What you could also do is at the front door, when people come in, if you could put a piece of jade or a piece of green aventurine, that welcomes prosperity and new opportunities to you and in the house. And so that's also a subliminal message, like this is the house we might want to buy, to a buyer. For those are good fortune. Those are both good fortune stones, and they're excellent to have at your front door just on a regular basis to keep the prosperity and abundance coming in. You can also put rose quartz in, even if it's just a little thumb-sized pebble. Put one in the window in every room, and what that does is it sends a love energy throughout the house, and it kind of gives people that, without really knowing it, that, oh, this is a nice place kind of feeling, and spreads love energy throughout the house. So I suggest with my clients, I have a little pebble on my real estate side of my life, a little bag of pebbles of rose quartz. They don't even have to be visible to people. They don't have to see them. You could just stick them down in the corner. That's all it takes. Just get the energy flowing of love through the house and welcome. Good energy. So your guides are saying if you'll do the prep, you'll get the house sold and you'll be gone by the end of summer. What month is this? So this is March. End of summer is August. So that'd be 5 months. I hope that works. Let me know how things go. And if I can help you with any other real estate tips, please email me at connect@donnanorris.net. I'm happy to give you any suggestions. If you want to give me more particulars on the house and whatnot, I'm happy to help. Hey, Lois. I'm glad you're here, and I hope Gracie's doing okay. Yeah, Gracie was at the vet. Hi, David. Nice to see you. Glad you're here. Hi, Susan. Jessica Lynn. Gosh, this is great. Hi, Laura. Hi, Diane G. Donna, if I can ask a second question. You're next in line, as it so happens. My kitty Vita that showed up after the last time we communicated. However, she never grew and had labored breathing. I guess I'm not understanding the question. Oh, please. Vita disappeared 2 days ago, and I feel she has passed. I have looked for her to bury her, but I can't find her anywhere. Let me see if I can tune into Vita. As Vita's energy comes to me, I'm feeling almost like a blanket wrapped around my shoulders, and I'm hearing I'm safe. So I know that doesn't really give you much closure, but wherever she is, she wants you to know she's safe. If she has crossed over, though, Joan, and I know it's only been 2 days, but it's been like very recent, because I feel like she's not well, but I don't know that she's passed yet. So I don't know if that makes sense for you or not, but that's what I'm getting. I know we've got some other animal communicators here in the group. That one of which I just mentioned by name, two or three actually. If you guys want to try to tune into Vita and see if you feel any energy from her, I would not be offended if you want to put in the feed what you get. Anja Ashdown says, hi, Donna, could I get a health update on my black kitty Buddy? Okay, let's see. I am not a doctor, just want to make sure everybody understands that, but I will do a body map with Buddy and just see if I feel anything in my body. Let me get both my feet flat on the floor. I have my legs crossed. I do close my eyes to kind of get this going, so just a minute. Okay. I always have to ask permission of Buddy, a sign of respect. I don't want to intrude. That's like someone doing a psychic read on us without asking our permission. It's just not cool. So, okay, he's all right with it. So what I'll do is tell you what I get first, and then I'll do a scan of my own to see if I turn up something that he's not mentioning. Okay. The first thing I'm feeling, Anja, is a bit of tightness in my chest area. Again, it may be springtime allergies, it may be something like that, but it does feel like the chest area feels a little bit tight and breathing is a little kind of more than usual. Not as easy as usual. Let's see what else. Coming around to the front of my torso and like below my belly button, like below where the stomach is in the lower abdomen, I just feel like a lump, like a slug. I don't know if Buddy has had a problem lately processing food or maybe not being super hungry, but it feels like the metabolism has slowed, that the processing of food there's something up with the processing of food. Let me know if you have comments, if that makes sense for you. I'm trying to get down there. You're welcome, Joan. And Anja, you're asking heart or lungs. I think it feels more like lungs. It feels more like that part of my chest where I usually get lung issues as opposed to heart issues, okay? So it does feel to me like lung issues. Now I'm going to do my own scan. That's really all that I'm coming up with from Buddy, okay? I'm feeling a little tingling in my feet, which would be paws and hands. Sometimes that can be like a contact allergy or a skin allergy. I don't know if the kitty is itching, scratching, but it can also be not necessarily an itchy type of allergy. It can be an allergic reaction of any kind. At least this is like my symbol for when they give me tingly feet and tingly hands. Let's go on up. Muscle tone in my legs feels kind of achy. Thank you, Buddy. Doing okay. Coming up to the chest, I'm still feeling that tightness. And I'm also feeling a little, now when I feel like a stuffy, it's usually in my ears when it feels like stuffy head, but it feels more like up in his head where he's just fuzzy. Just not himself. It's not like a headache, it's not like pain, it's just kind of like foggy brain, if you've ever experienced that, where you just don't feel with it and you feel kind of out of it. It's kind of like that. So it could be a food allergy. I see that you posted no scratching and food allergies. It could well be a food allergy. If you've given them a new food, you might want to go back to the old food and see if that doesn't resolve the issue. If you give them lots of different types of food, it may take a little more time. I know with my cats, I always fed them a variety. They never got the same thing for a long time in a row. So it could be a little bit harder, but you might also want to look at the grain and maybe go to a grain-free food. I don't know if he gets wet or dry food. So let me know on that. And thank you. I hope that helps. But with cats, you know, and allergies, if you're trying to do food allergies, you can do the muscle testing, both wet and dry. Okay, so, you know, hold or look at the wet kind of food and say, does he have an allergy to anything in the wet food? And then if your fingers come apart, you know, decide what's yes and what's no. For me, this is yes, and this is no. So, and then do muscle testing that way on all the different foods that he eats, and see if you get a yes on anything. And if you do, then see if you can switch to a grain-free formula of that, and buy a can or buy a small tiny bag and see if that makes any difference. And you muscle test all the time, perfect, then you know what to do. But try it with his food and see if that doesn't, you know, give you some clues. It could also be an airborne allergy. This is springtime. You know, could be that. It could be like the card we drew a while ago with the grass in it. It could be the grass. The wet is grain free. That's good to know. So try the dry. It may be that he needs totally grain free. Okay. You're very welcome. Okay, I'm going to fly back up to the top and see if I can figure out where it was. I wish they had markers, like a place marker on these, so that I could get to them all. Jessica Lynn, if I didn't say hi, I'm saying hi now. Don't know if I saw you before. May I have a message about my career moving forward? Okay. I'm going to start with the Oracle cards first. I can't remember if we've spoken about your career before or not. Probably wouldn't matter because I wouldn't remember what I said or what they said. Just because this is not all me here. Okay. But these things, they work through these things. It's amazing how our guides and angels like shuffle these decks and work with us. Really powerful. The first card I get is time for a nap. And wow, the second, okay. So check this out. I'm going to try to get it where there's less glare. Time for a nap, and there is a fox sleeping in the crook of the moon, and all those stars are all around and clouds. So it's like if you've been in wait and see mode, right? And still that's where you are right now, kind of laying low, staying under the radar. So now we're coming up with, God, I can't wait to get good lighting and get out of this whole glare situation. A change in the wind. So this is about leaving. There's that flag up at the top of that tower, that little pergola. That's a harbinger of change. And all these birds, butterflies actually, flying in. That's all about evolution. And you can see that the butterflies are spiraling up. And that's how we evolve. The guides were just telling me about that today with another client. You know, we think that our evolution goes like this, like a pie chart. You know, we make some progress and then oops, some challenge, and then we make some more progress. You know, but that's not how it works. They say that we start out and we go round and round in circles. And as we get our lesson, we go up, and as we go up, we go out. You know, we're gaining experience, we're learning from our, you know, growth. You know, as we grow, we're getting bigger, right? Our soul is expanding, our consciousness is expanding. And so for butterflies, obviously are a symbol of evolution and change, because they go into their cocoon mode, i.e. time for a nap. And then when they emerge, they're butterflies, and they have evolved. They've come out something completely different than the caterpillar that they were before. And so this tells me that you're going to be going in a totally new direction soon, because it's actually in, I was going to do a 3-card reading. So past, present, and future. So present is get ready, because it's coming in the very near term. A cool opportunity. I don't know if you're ready for it. And this is imagination taking flight. You see the book with the wings and the flags across the top, lots of change. And the card says why. And why? The why to me is completely because why not you? You're just deserving. You're ready. This says that you've been biding your time, working on yourself, getting ready, the time for change, the changes in the wind, in the present. And the why is because why not you? You are deserving. This little genie, this little fairy is going for the answers. And so are you. You're going for the growth. And you've got a spiritual mindset. I mean, all of us here do, or we wouldn't be all of us here, right? So keep your eyes on spirit and keep in touch with your team. Ask your angels and guides, for your highest good. And yeah, be ready. Have your resume ready. And have, like I said, even on that application for that house that I was talking about with the other lady, have your references ready too. Make it easy for them to say yes. Okay, I hope that helps, Jessica Lynn. I'd love to hear. I would love to hear. Okay. Oh, Diane, if you love angel stories, you're going to love Friday. I hope you can come Friday at 2. It would be so awesome. Okay. Susan B says, hi, Donna, could you please see what you feel about my dog Marley's health? Thank you. Of course. I'm kind of on a card roll now, and I haven't used the Divine Dog cards yet, so I'm just going to see what your guides and Marley's guides have to say about Marley's health, and then I'll do a body scan on Marley, okay? And see if anybody pops in with a message for us too. These are not like my full-on readings, as if any of you have, some of you have had private readings with me, and you know that they go for an hour. And there's a lot to it. So there's a lot more than just this, but I'm so happy that you guys are here and I'm able to do this for you. This is fun. We have to be reminded, and it just kind of, for me, underscores and affirms that, spirit is real. We are, spirit beings in bodysuits, and they're working with us and through us. So what the cards are saying is they're about belonging and finding your pack. And golly, that's just what I was talking about, us and our pack, and working with spirit. So let's see. Okay, Marley. Well, as Marley comes in, he hasn't lost any of his curiosity. He seems to be like, looking about, checking things out as he kind of energetically makes his way over to me. He's a good boy. I'm hearing good boy. I hope if Marley's a girl, let me know. But I think Marley is a boy. Feels like a boy. Okay. He says okay to do the body mapping. I feel something in my throat with Marley. It just feels pulled in, a little tight. Yeah, he is a good boy. All of a sudden I feel thirsty. So just a second. Has he been drinking more water lately? That could be this, me being thirsty all of a sudden could be part of this reading. I'm feeling also like pressure between my temples. That does feel a little bit, okay, thank you, Marley, like a headache. So I'm not sure. Let me go, well, just, that's all that Marley is bringing forward. Let me do my own scan. His food has too much water. He never wants to drink. Okay. Could just be maybe there's. Oh. I feel like there's a little bit of, also a little bit of sluggish metabolism in his gut and in his poops. And I don't know if he's constipated or not, or if they're just, if everything's fine in that department. But I don't know. I'm not usually this thirsty. I feel like maybe he does need water. If you've got water in his food, it's hard for me to speculate on that without having a little bit more in-depth reading. The good news is I'm not really getting much else. So he's on digestive food. Okay. So there is something going on with his digestive tract. Okay. You're thirsty all the time. I wonder if I'm reading you. No, I would know the difference in the energy, but still, it's funny. Yeah, I think if there's any way to make water more attractive for him so that he would want to, and his front leg hurts. It's like, it's almost like he's not getting enough. And I feel it in my legs, so I wonder if his back legs are like cramping. Yeah. That's really all I'm getting, and I apologize if that doesn't feel complete, but that's really all I'm getting for right now on Marley's health. I do hope you'll keep me posted, and if you like, I can put Marley on my Reiki list, as I will for anybody here in this meeting. Just send me an email at connect@donnanorris.net so I can make sure that I have my book and I can write it down. Okay, thank you. Lois says, hi, Donna. Gracie is home after a reaction to anesthesia and she is in heat. Oh boy, she's not moving out of her crate, not eating, not drinking, or wanting to go outside. Anything I can do for her? Thanks. Let's see. As Gracie comes in, I mean, she's like kind of like that, not feeling good, kind of upset tummy energy. And she's also, oh, like, I'm hearing, I don't understand. I'll take just a minute and I'll do a body scan on Gracie to see what this is, if I can figure it out. So it feels like, flush, like gosh, I don't know if any of you have ever had a hot flash, David. I'm sure you haven't, but it's just like 1 minute you're fine, and the next minute you're like burning hot. Or if you've got the flu, and 1 minute, you're burning hot, and the next minute, you're freezing because, you've broken out in a sweat, and then now you've got the chills. So it almost feels like, she's hot. She's in that hot phase, and she may not be hot to the touch, but she just feels flushed and like in a state of confusion, like over her head. This could represent medication. I don't know if she's still on medication from the reaction to the anesthesia, or if she's still trying to shake off the effects of it. She just wants to curl up. Yeah. I don't know. They're making me aware of making sure she gets enough water also. Even if you have to like put some in with a syringe to make sure she stays somewhat hydrated. I hope that helps. I'm sorry she's having to go through that. I hope they're able to try again after she's no longer in heat. I know that could be an issue with your plans and all. Aran Williams is asking, what should I do to get a great teacher evaluation from my principal? I take it you're a teacher. Awesome. I have the utmost respect and admiration for teachers. You guys work in a circus all day, every day. It seems like, and I don't really mean the kids. I mean the administration, the bureaucracy, the rules, the having to stay on task. Get a lot of stuff packed into each little segment with each class. I don't know how y'all do it. Maybe I'm just too chatty. I'd be way too conversational to be a good teacher. I'm going to see what the oracle cards have to say, okay? Building blocks. Ooh, that's a good one. Building blocks is all about setting up your dominoes. You're doing the deal. You're doing the footwork. You're the one being consistent. This is your foundation and your springboard to success. So I feel like, the way this reads, you're looking to the future, but those cards are there. That's changed. This feels like advancement because the stage is just, rising, rising and rising and rising. So what you can do is continue to be positive. Make sure that, what you're doing in your classroom and the results that you're getting and the enthusiasm and participation, whatever it is that you can do to make yourself, to get glowing report, I guess, and be able to report on good camaraderie with the kids and the other teachers. Those are the things that it feels like it's going to come easy for this principal to give. That you do get on well with the other teachers, and you don't have like angry parents calling, that kind of thing. And your kids are doing well. Why wouldn't you get a great teacher evaluation? This is all what I feel, and your guides are saying, why wouldn't you? So I think you're in for a good evaluation. Would love to hear the results. Thank you so much for asking. But you're building a good foundation. Christina O says, hi, Christina. Christina says, my mom is considering adopting Sammy and or Scylla, two of Poppy's puppies. We are concerned that Macy and Milo, the current pups, will accept them very well. Okay. I don't know if they've ever met yet or not, but one of the things with puppies that's great to do is like have them meet on neutral turf, not in their house and not in your house, and have them come to like maybe the park and maybe a dog park, or maybe, not even your yard, but just some place that's neutral where they can all meet. And I think that the energy feels like, and I'm being made aware that the bigger pups are going to be curious about the littler pups. And then they're going to be like, the little pups will be playing and they'll be off doing their thing over there. But it will enable them to see them, know them, accept them, kind of size them up and play with them a little bit. And I think that would be a good thing. I think that they will end up liking each other. So hang on, Christine, I'm going to pop this up. They haven't met yet. Mom is here in Oregon and we'll drive them home to Utah next week. Okay, so if there's a way that somebody in Utah can take the existing pups to the park, and then you can, go home, she can go home and greet her bigger dogs, Macy, and I can't remember the other one's name. Anyway, sorry, Milo, and then give them some good loving, and then take them to the park or take them to a neutral third party's home where the puppies are, just something where you can set up a meet and greet outside of the house so that they don't have to feel possessive or defensive or feel like they're being intruded upon, and they can get to know each other on neutral turf. Because I'm just seeing them all four getting along together and playing together. I'm seeing it outside in a yard space, but it could just, could be a metaphor. So David is saying, sorry, Joan has just lost 2 cats recently as well. So it's never easy. Thank you for giving that kitty such a good life. You tried. You really did well. Okay. Christina says they'll work on setting that up. Hold on. I have something from Leah. Leah. Oh gosh, I have several things from Leah. Hold on a second. Yeah, YouTube can be wonky. Boy, that's no lie. Here we go. My mother Dulce is now in hospice. Can you please ask her guides why she is suffering and suffering? Thank you. Sure, let's tune in. I'm going to try to tune in through your guides so that we can go together to your mom's guides. Actually, what's going on here, Leah, is something that's more karmic. This is something that she is experiencing to like even out some karma. It's not from this lifetime. It has nothing to do with how well she's lived or how adorable and sweet and loving she is. This is just something that her soul is experiencing, and it's coming to settle from a past life. It is also, they're showing me 2 sides of a feather. You know how sometimes one side of a feather would be a dark color and the other side would be a light color? On the flip side of the feather, it's giving you an opportunity to love on your mom some more and make sure that she understands, how much she's loved and what an example of grace that she has been. What an example of, I don't want to say enduring, but keeping her integrity intact and walking through this as best she can. That's really something for anybody to have to go through. A lot of y'all know my dad's on hospice and we're watching him slowly slip away, and he has an illness that is terminal. It's not cancer, but it is terminal, and it's killing the capillaries in his lungs. And so eventually he will suffocate to that. And I have been told that, well, I haven't tried to get a reading on my dad, but I have been told that this is not uncommon for people who work in the petrochemical industry like my dad did his whole life. So it's unfortunately part of what's going on with him. But as far as what's going on with your mom and why she is suffering, it's like a score or the scales that I'm seeing, seeing the lawyer scales, the two plates that have the chains coming down in the tips. And so it's like it's evening out and clearing their karma over something. I know that's not a whole lot of comfort for you and your family, but I feel like she's doing it as best she can with as much grace as she can. And I hope that, this additional time that you have to honor her and tell her how much you love her might actually be something that you'll look back on later and treasure. I hope so for you. And I'm sorry you're having to go through this. I'm sorry she's having to go through this. It's not easy for anyone on any side of it, ever. So my heart goes out to you. Lois says Gracie is still whining occasionally, still shaking it off, if that makes sense. Oh, Leah, please hit the like. Y'all are so nice. I never remember to ask y'all to do that, but I really love it if you would hit like and subscribe and so that I can notify you of everything that's coming up. Thank you so much. Aren says, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Yes, wow, agree. Thank you. I'll let you know the results. Yes, I hope so. I would love it. You'll have to remind me of the preface because I won't remember, but then I do want to hear. Has anybody seen Venus, by the way? I've been wondering. I give Reiki to her mom every day. And Venus is usually here. So if anybody sees Venus in any other room anywhere, tell her I said hi. Spirit Triber, welcome. Hi, Donna. Not the question I would really like to ask, haha, but Jack is having short episodes of loose poop. He has been going to daycare occasionally, but isn't sick at all. Is it a food intolerance? Well, let me pull Jack in for you. Hold on just a moment. I want to get him in here and ask his permission, and I'll do a body scan. My goodness, he comes in like a big boy. Kind of lumberjack. Boom, boom, boom. Big paws. It'll be my luck. He'll be like a Westie or something. But anyway, neither here nor there. Good energy, though. Good boy. Happy dog. I feel like he's definitely adult in his energy because he does like his lounging time. So he's happy about that. Let me see if he'll agree for me to do a body scan. Yeah, he's kind of a flirt too. So he's like, sure, kind of like a little bow. So let's see what he has to share. Mm. Okay, not to be gross. I'll try not to, I don't want to be gross. Do you ever feel like how sometimes when you eat rich food or food that you don't normally eat, it tastes so good going down, and then you're not even up from the dinner table yet, and you can already feel your stomach start to, rumble. And the next thing you know, you can feel like a gas bubble making its way through, and it's like, it seems like every time it gets to a turn or a curve in your intestine, you feel it. And that's kind of what I'm getting from him. So I don't know if he eats the same thing every time or if he gets some variety, but you might try, I don't know if you were here with us earlier when we talked about muscle testing or if you're familiar with muscle testing, but you can decide if this is yes or if this is yes, and then the other will be no, and then ask for the different types of food that he gets or even the treats. Sometimes the treats can be a little rich and on a sensitive stomach, cause an upset. Cause it to, like, some foods just shoot right through me. And they work the same way with dogs and cats. If they have an allergy to it, it'll just shoot right through. So there may be an ingredient in the food, as to make a long story short, that he's having a trouble with. I would try the muscle testing because it's not all the time. This isn't happening all the time. And it doesn't stay very long. It's sort of like, after the gas bubble passes, you feel fine again. It's that kind of thing. So I hope that helps, Spirit Triber. That is a cool name. I like that. Joe Lombardi, how you doing? Hi, Donna. Can I get some help from my guides to find out if I can retire soon financially or if I should change course? Whew. Oh, we should ask for both of us. I'd love an answer to a question like that too. Just kidding. I would, but I won't do that. Hold on. Let's see what your guides have to say. I am immediately seeing 2026, honest to engine, just like, how you see those Happy New Year's, welcome 2025, I'm seeing 2026 for you. So I would start counting down. This is what they're showing me is like the whole going away party, kind of farewell. And spending the first week like sleeping late and, but not being able to sleep late because you're used to getting up every day. So, trying to, be retired, or what we think it is, what we think retirement should look like and feel like. For me, retirement is like sleeping until whenever I wake up. Yeah, that would be awesome. And then and also being able to stay awake. Because y'all, I finish these lives and, it's like I'm in bed within an hour. So, Joe, I hope that helps. I don't know about any kind of changing course unless it's something that you just want to pursue, but in which case I'd say go for it. Yeah. And they're like, do what you want. Your guys are saying you could do what you want. So I'm not sure where you've got your investments or how you've got your retirement plan set up, but it looks like you're going to be good for 2026. Congratulations. That's awesome. Oh, okay. I didn't realize you didn't know. I talk about it on a fairly regular basis. So I just assume everybody knows what's going on with my dad, but it will probably be sometime this year when we lose him. And I'm sorry about your mom. Wow, heart attack. Wow. I often think that it would be kind of nice for my dad if something like that were to happen, because I don't know how that feeling, how I just don't know if I could take it. But you would be surprised what a good attitude he's had. So thank you for caring and thank you for saying that. But he's actually pretty upbeat most of the time. I have to hand it to him. I don't know if I could do that. Leah's got some other comments. It's been like a roller coaster with her mom and keeping fresh flowers at her side. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, that happens too. And holding them. Those are the memories that you're really going to treasure. And so is she. And so when she's no longer in this body and her soul is in spirit form, and she comes back to visit with you, I'll bet you $100 she talks about you holding her tight. I'll bet it. I would. Sorry about that, y'all. Get a little misty sometimes. Leah says again, it's been awesome to speak on the celebration that awaits. I'm sending love your way too. Thank you. You've given us understanding. Yeah. She's going to be so much freer once she has like settled this and cleared this. It's going to be a big thing that's probably been dogging her for lifetimes, and now it's going to be over when this is done and this journey for her in this lifetime is done. That's going to be cleared away. I say hallelujah and way to go, lady. Right on. And you're welcome. Leah said thank you. Look at this. Spirit Triber says he's a golden 20 weeks and 48 pounds already. Okay, so he's going to be a big boy. And maybe that's why he sleeps, because he's still a puppy. Run, 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 go, 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 crash. Oh, gosh, I love Goldens. I had one time. We named her Corey. Oh, she was beautiful. She lived a good long while, too. Good luck and enjoy that baby. Thank you, Joan, for the good wishes. Appreciate that. This is such an awesome group. If any of y'all who are new haven't been here before, this is the kindest and most caring group I've ever been around. It's been my privilege to have these lives and get to know you guys. I'm not even kidding. Shannon L says, welcome, Shannon, by the way. My sweet dog Finn has been eating grass more than usual lately. Is there anything I need to add to or remove from his diet to help with digestion? What the guides are saying is that he's like, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm having to go to beings who know more than I do about this kind of thing. He's trying to balance the, what do you call it? pH, flora, fauna, or whatever in his gut. So I'm asking if there should be like more wet food, more dry food, a mix. I don't know if he gets a mix of wet and dry, but maybe a mix of some wet food and then also some dry food, so that he's getting the roughage and getting everything, and the wet food, it makes it process. Right. Spirit Triber says could be the treats for sure. Dried beef. Oh yeah. Woo. That can dried beef, dried liver treats. Liver treats will also make their stools like that. It's actually a really good remedy if they're ever plugged up. You can give them some liver treats and dried beef. Hi, Carl. Carl's here. Of course, you can still ask for a reading, although it's 9 o'clock. Oh, gosh, I'll give it another couple of minutes. Leah is back, says, please look for Terry Renner to do a show together during the week we meet at 8 Central, but she would love to collaborate. Terry holding space, Terry Renner. Yeah, I sent her an email, I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago we're comparing dates and comparing calendars. So thank you for saying that. I think she's awesome too. I love her show and would love to be able to be on with her. So I will follow up tomorrow with her, see if I can catch her, at least on email. But if you see her, if you see her on the show, tell her I said hi. Joe says, diagnosed with neuropathy in my shoulder blade and breast. Now, does that mean you don't have any feeling in like your shoulder blade and your back and your breast? Gosh. I'll be happy to put you on my Reiki list if you like, Joe. just let me know. Y'all, again, connect at donnanorris.net. Just let me know so I can make sure to get you in the book. You guys are too much. I just want y'all to be healthy and happy. Thank you, Leah, for sending the love. Carl just woke up. It's 9 a.m. here. I don't know how you do it, Guy. To stay up and to keep, I don't know, man. You've got stamina. You must be young. You must be like in your 30s or something. Anyway, good on you for being able to stay up. And I'm glad you got a little more sleep. Maybe I'll catch you next time. I'll be back live again on Friday. I'm doing a live with the angels and an angelic affirmations and angelic interventions, you know, just all the different ways that the angels work with us. And that's going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. So maybe that, I guess that would be late at night for you. I can't remember. I don't know the time difference, but I hope you can come. We'd love for you to bring your stories to type in the chat. Yeah. I'm glad, Joe, that your mom got to go quickly. I'm reading some things in the chat here. Spirit Triber says, thank you so much. I'm Roscoe's mom. I changed my handle. Oh, cool. Well, this is a good one. Spirit Triber. I love that. I love that. Shannon L., first time here. Really enjoying this group. So glad. I'm so glad. I think you'll like it. We play around. I do a little bit of everything here. Got intuitive blend. Carl says he's in his 50s. My God, you've got a lot going on for somebody in your 50s. So messages from my guides for next steps for me to take. I'm going to take the shortcut, Carl, and just do a quick 3-card reading for you for next steps to take. I kind of wondered. I was listening to the last live that I did, and I was wondering, I brought the Cosmic Cat cards in honor of Kobe who passed, her cat who passed. But I'm going to use these Oracle cards because it seems like you had, I was listening to it and there was something about an African deal. I hope that worked out. Let's see. The question is guides for next steps to take. What does Carl need to know regarding next steps for his highest good? Okay, here we go. Exchanging gifts is the first card. That's all about reciprocity and give and take and sharing your gifts and talent with people. That's what you've been doing in the time leading up to this. Okay? Sharing of gifts. And so it shows here, you know, it's taming a tiger cat, but it is a tiger. And this is what you've been doing. And giving and taking with all of your cats and giving and taking and trying to put a deal together, you know, and get back in the job market. And so this in the present is regeneration. And it's interesting that we get this card during Mercury retrograde, the time of reevaluate, renew, refresh, reset. This is like letting go of the old so that new can come in. That's what the is all about, taking stock and jettisoning those things that don't serve any purpose in your life anymore, that don't work within your morality system and your, you know, your own inner self. So those habits also, it's not just stuff, it's not just the things, but it's about the habits and the things that we want to shift. And perspective, it can be resetting your perspective as well, because it's future is time is ticking and it's on this balloon and time is just going to fly by in this balloon. But you've got it in the palm of your hands. So I feel like without too much further ado, it's the thing to take now is to take stock, to reset, to release the things that no longer serve you, according to the cards, and be ready for that wonderful thing that's just around the corner. Not too much longer in time. I hope that helps. Oh, thank you. Thank you all for being here. AK says thanks. Thanks for being here. Joe says, yeah, it's the neuropathy. I'm not all that familiar with it, but I've encountered no fewer than 3 people in the past week that have neuropathy. And it's a burning sensation in your shoulder and it goes all the way around through your chest. Holy smokes. like pins and needles, but sometimes like fire. Okay. I'll be sure and put you on the list. Hang on, I'll get the book right now. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Like I said, hit like, hit subscribe. I've got a crystal workshop coming up in mid-April that I'll be posting hopefully by the end of this week. I'm getting caught up on all my computer stuff. And I look forward to seeing you guys on Friday and again this weekend. I'll do another live. Bye for now. Love you guys.